Hello Leo, and welcome to your May 2019 love reading. I'm Jade with Yes Yes Yes. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm gonna do a couple of different love spreads this month because it's my birthday month and I want to know about it. So this is the first of them, and we're gonna use a lot of different decks. So the first thing is, I actually want to start with the Mike Dooley deck here, and I just want to see an overall of what's coming up for Leo here in May. How are you? I hope you're enjoying this shoulder season. Okay, I guess that's the way to go here. And let's see what it has to say. You were born with that it quality. Hey now, yes you were. Do you want to know what's really beautiful? Confidence. Do you want to know what's really powerful? Persistence. Do you want to know what's really sexy? Well, you are. But if they still don't notice your good looks, your strength, and your sachet, could it be that you might just feel sorry for them? Gemini also got this, so there might be a connection between you and Gemini. However, I just want to mention that, you know this, Leo. We look to you. You were born with that it quality. Sorry, my chair's a little squeaky. You were born to be a leader. You stand out. And this is what's going to come up in this reading today. Let's see what Gabby Bernstein says. I love her deck because there's always some deep work to the love. So, and if any of this is resonating, let me know in the comment section below. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps out so much. Ooh, you're getting two. Yeah, it helps the channel out so much. And if you want to have a private reading, my website is yesYesYes.life, and that link is also in the box below. So you have, I honor how I want to feel. Very lovely card here. And this is you staying true to you, Leo, and just feeling through what feels best for you, and that is your highest honor. I think that, as Leos, you want to take care of others. You want to make sure that everyone is nurtured and underneath your wing, but really it's going to come down to, you're honoring yourself and how you want to feel, so if you're in a bad mood, if things just aren't going well for you, take some time out, feel through it. So that means allow it to come up, if it is sensitivity, if it's, negativity, whatever it is, let it come up and come out of you and take note of it and then let it transform. Here's a great card for you. Happiness is my birthright. I haven't seen this card yet. I love that it's a Leo color. There's lots of sunshine, but there's also the moon, so there's lots of balance here. And absolutely, happiness is your birthright. So you're honoring how you feel, the process of whatever you're going through, and then just know that you can always bring yourself back to that happiness because that is your birthright. So from the romance angels, we have romantic feelings. So you're having some romantic feelings this month. It could be for a new person. It could be that you are really making time to spend with your loved one in this month. So we'll see. I'm going to do the Lenormand spread now, not the full spread. But everything's also been pre-shuffled. I forgot to mention that. But the romantic feelings you may be having is just, you're making time to actually drop into your heart. Maybe it's not about work. It's not about health. It's not about family this month. It's about your romance, and you're really enjoying yourself. I like this for you, Leo. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just going to lay down, looking for the significator cards. There's the feminine. And I'm interested to see how the path between the two is coming for you this month. Oh, look, there's not even that much between you two. All right, so I'll show you guys these. There's the feminine. This is showing me that the feminine is moving towards the masculine, and it might be quickly. Okay, the Scythe card can mean quick things happen. It can also mean cutting. And if there is a cutting, it's cutting the authority, perhaps a mother or a father figure, some type of, and this is similar to the Emperor card in the tarot. So the feminine might need to cut through this quality in the masculine, okay? So what I mean is that this would be ego, this would be aggression, this would also mean, authoritativeness, control, those are the negatives. And there are very, very much positives in this bear card as well, which would mean nurturing, compassion, the parental to the child. It's also, for being a boss. So if this masculine is a boss of this feminine, she might be cutting him down. And what I mean by that is, what I'm feeling about it is that it's really in wordplay. It's really that, sometimes when you give little digs, it's more like flirting. So it's possible that that's what's going on. The other thing is this could be a major breakthrough, a major movement through something that might have felt very stable for this masculine, that the feminine is kind of stepping in and showing that things could be a different way, kind of revealing herself, and the masculine might be caught off guard from this. Very interesting cards here. So I'm going to move them back here, and I know that they're a little out of your viewing area, but just know that they're there. Now we're going to use the Line Strider deck. Again, this has been pre-shuffled, and I want to see what's going on specifically between you two. I'm going to lay out all the cards, and then we'll talk about it. All right, so Leo, here we go. You have the Empress in reverse, the Moon in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse. You have the Seven of Swords in reverse, the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Cups upright, the Strength card upright, the Chariot in reverse, the Three of Swords in the upright, Two of Swords upright, Three of Wands reversed, and then the Five of Wands all together. Woof! Okay, so let's go back and look at what this energy is. It's really gonna be interesting to how to pull this back together, because Leo, I don't understand how you can have romantic feelings where there is a lot of struggle happening here. The first card, this is your underlying energy for both of the two together. The Empress card came out in the reverse. This is not being receptive. It's also being kind of in that controlling place, trying to make something happen, trying to push against the flow. The Empress is also Venus, right? So this is a card that's not working towards love. It's working against love. So it's interesting, excuse me, that you guys are finding each other in this place where you're not meeting in a loving place. You might have come from a not so loving situation. Now I'm going to talk about the feminine's process right now. Excuse me. And there's also lots of major arcana on the table. So there's major stuff going on, a major connection between you two. But it seems like there is some challenges for sure. In feminine, you have the Moon card. It came out in the reverse. So let's look at that in terms of seeing a situation for truly what it is, not being deluded by it, right? Really understanding, and this could be a past relationship. This could be, whatever, you've gone from being in a loving way to taking control of your life. And again, that could be that cutting as well. And so in the past, it might have been that you cut somebody out because you saw the truth of a situation. You saw that there was some deceit, some Seven of Swords, some deceit, some lying, some cheating, some sneaking, someone taking care of themselves, thinking of themselves over the connection that you two had. And this could be this relationship that I'm discussing. I'll see how I can tie it back into the romantic feelings. But Leo, this is very interesting. We also have the Nine of Cups. And this is that wish card. So for the feminine, I'm feeling like this is really this release is what you really wanted in the past. This is your past energy moving forward. And this release, seeing the truth of the situation, seeing that there was deceit, there was lying, there was something going on, is really what you were wishing for. Sometimes we set ourselves up in relationship or any situation where we want the adversity in order to grow. And I'm feeling that there was a sense that the feminine felt this adversity and knew that there was growth coming from it. So she took it on even, right? And if this is you, you took on this adversity in order to grow. So again, whichever Leos that I'm speaking for, and if this is not your story, take what works and leave the rest. But this is definitely knowing what is destiny for you and how do you work with that, right? How do you, and what I mean by that is if someone shows up and you feel a drawing towards them, like this is someone that I definitely want in my life, and then red flags start popping up, and you're realizing this is going to be a troubling situation. You've called that situation in, you're allowing it to unfold, and then you're stepping into, it is the wish that you wanted to get past it. It wasn't comfortable. I don't want there to be any pain here for you, but what I am seeing is that it is something that you've moved beyond, and I think that you were able to reflect back on it and realize the strengths that you gained from that situation were strengths that you never would have had otherwise. You also have the Chariot card here in the reverse. This is that major arcana Cancer energy here. This is not moving forward. There's some stagnation. There's also some imbalance here. The need for balance, the truth of swords, the need for balance and looking at the truth is still here. So I don't know if this is this past situation, because I think that that's what you're really coming out of, is seeing the truth of it, moving forward, really going for what your wishes and your desires are, and then maybe it's just, there's still a little bit of it stuck on you. Sometimes that can happen where you're not even in the situation, you're not even in the relationship anymore, and you are going over it in your head. So it's like you're keeping it alive way beyond the fact that it's gone. Now, this can also mean that this is the process, right? There was something that was being hidden from you. There was a mystery, a secret about a sneakiness, and what you were really wanting it to be didn't, even though you were really hoping for it, didn't quite pan out. It actually kept you stuck, and it created this imbalance where the truth needed to be looked at, needed to be seen, needed to be spoken by two people, both you and that person. So what I'm feeling here is that there's some type of trauma in the background of the feminine, and this is what, interestingly, is bringing her closer to the masculine. Now, if this is your story and we're talking about this masculine situation, because maybe we're talking about a situation that's still going on and it's toxic, or it needs to change, some truth needs to come out to transform it, then that's where we're at. This is not light and bright right now, light bright. It's not a light bright Leo reading. All right, let's go to the masculine here. We have this King of Cups. It came out in the reverse. This is the potential for acting right, but not. So there was somebody, and it's King energy, so it could be the masculine, but it could also be somebody in the masculine's world that was not being truthful and honest about the emotions, not being supportive emotionally. The King of Cups has figured out how to be emotionally intelligent, speaks, in ways that are not derogatory, it's conscious communication. It's all of the ascension that we try to garner in relationships. That King of Cups has mastered it. And with it being in the reverse, it's just showing that that person, whoever this is, if it's the masculine or that in his world, has the potential, but was not acting properly, not acting right, not moving, not allowing anything to move forward, keeping things stuck. Eight of Wands energy in the reverse. Keeping things stuck and ugly even. I'm seeing like there was a lot of tension here in the past. The Strength card is here in the upright. So it's the masculine really had to, and this is, similar to, this is Leo energy, the masculine really had to dig in and feel his worth. And this could be egoic as well. So if this is the ongoing situation and the masculine was being deceitful because he was really trying to figure out his worth, it's interesting because sometimes we can find compassion for those who have hurt us by understanding it's from a smaller, deeper wound. Now, let me just say it again. You have the right to feel whatever you want. So I want to make sure that you're healing yourself above all. We come to tarot to understand what's going on in the overall situation, and these are what the cards are saying. So it's up to you if you want to take it or leave it. I'm just saying that this is some really tough energy where we're having to confront what is immature behavior, or not like sneaking behavior, deceitful, manipulative, or even making sure that you're taken care of and the relationship can go to crap. Like you don't care what the relationship is. And even if this was a relationship, I'm feeling like that it didn't feel like one. It felt very empty because I'm not seeing any love cards, any support cards. And the masculine here also has this Three of Swords energy. So more pain, more trauma, more grief on the masculine side. So either or, there's a way to look at this. And again, all the energies can flip-flop. So the masculine side over here looks to be the one that was really pained by whatever was going on. The feminine, there's the deceit that's here, but perhaps this deceit was on the feminine side. So that's possible as well. The masculine also has the Three of Wands that came out in the reverse. So this is not moving forward. This is anything that was built is falling away. The foundation is not solid, and there's nothing to look forward to manifesting. So this is feeling really sad and at a loss. So there feels like a great loss here on the masculine side. And look, the contact card, the thing that brings you two together, is this struggle, this fight. And I feel like that's where you guys are right now, is that you're fighting. And where you're fighting for is the fighting for seeing the truth. The masculine might be fighting for laying groundwork or wanting to heal this, but just feeling sad, feeling unworthy, or working, trying to remember his worth, but also feeling stuck and stagnant in this relationship. And the feminine is really wanting to have a wish being fulfilled, but this wish card is further away from the masculine. It's the furthest card. So I feel like the feminine, even though, we're looking at her moving towards the masculine, there's this cut. Okay, so it's looking like there's a breakup coming here. All right, I'm gonna get a few more clarifiers because I don't understand how we can have romantic feelings and yet we're on the verge of a breakup. So we have burdens, we have healing needed, and then we have again this Two of Wands energy. So we started off with the Ten of Wands, this burdens, needing to let. It seems like there's too much between you two. There's been so much energy built up that has been not positive, not supportive. There's a lot of it been built up, and it's just overwhelming. It's a burden. Okay, it's just too much to bear. This healing is needed. Sagittarius card. Healing, and it's also looking outside of yourself, being bigger than the situation, healing the situation for in the way that is best, as a teacher would do, as a master would do, not as someone who's in the situation. This is the card of getting bigger than, and looking at the perspective, greater perspective. And then we have this Two of Wands. There's the potential here for starting over. There's a lot going on. It would be a really hard road to do so. But this Two of Wands energy being here is the potential for starting over. It's even though it's again in the upright, or I'm sorry, in the reverse here, it's the energy here is still it's still overlying it. What I'll say though is that because again it's another reversal of the wands, the actions not in alignment for either you or your partner, the idea of building something together it's all kind of falling away. Of course, you have the power to turn any of these cards around. The energy is here on the table, but let's go back to what's really important. You were born with that it quality, okay? So despite all of this, you were born with that it quality. What that means is that you are the most important. So even if this thing is kind of falling apart, falling through your fingers, it's not what you thought it was gonna be, what's really important is you, and that getting back to what is your happiness being your birthright, joy being your birthright, honoring how you feel. So if you are feeling like this is not working, if this is too much to hold, too much to bear, too much to fix, honor that feeling. You're going to have to talk about it and try to do it in a way that's not as confrontational and as argumentative as perhaps the energies are right now. And let me just say, there's a lot of that energy right now because Mars is in Gemini. There's a lot of conflict and in conversation. So try to mince your words, be very clear with what your feelings are without trying to blame the other. But this is a very touchy situation. Now, this romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay, so how do we relate this? There might have been romantic feelings initially, and then it's all fallen away. Let's go to that bottom line. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, because that's what's been the continuous here. What you're feeling, if this is what you're feeling, if this is your story, it's real, and you need to honor that above whatever the idea of two being together. And cross watchers, I'm sorry, this is just what the cards are saying. And again, everybody has the power to change whatever what you can change your story. But what it's looking like is the feminine is cutting through the control issues, the feeling of security even that the masculine might have had. So that's how I'm going to reinterpret that. Leo, this is a tough one, and if this is your story, I'm going to send you some extra energy here, and I'll do another reading, so hopefully we can pick up on other Leos in this month. But for now, I'm going to send you all my love.